Hey, thanks for coming in today on the weekend for a business meeting. We work and have it at White Castle, but they have no dining in, no place to sit down. So I figured we'd do it here at Arby's. I have an open tab up at the cash register, so get whatever you want to eat. And I did want to start off by telling you a couple things. One is, somebody commented that we didn't have any trains in the video a couple times back. That's right. This is not necessarily an entertainment channel as much as an education channel. It's about small business. It's about family. It's about what to do when things change. How do you recover? Today, I do want to say, if you like to watch trains, I got 3 guys I'd recommend to you. One is Jawtooth.
Well, everyone's Jawtooth here again.
A little bit slapstick, does a great job with videos. He's from Cincinnati. The other guy is Delay and Block.
Welcome back to the Painter series by Delay in Block Productions.
Younger guy, never met him, love his videos, love his history. He's from Michigan, I believe. And of course, our senior representative of great rail videos, Danny Harmon from Florida.
Hello again, rail fans.
So if you want to watch trains, feel free. If you want to hear about a struggling small business that's rail-centric, you've come to the right place. So we did talk about our adjustment in thinking from being viewed as a railroad to more of a transload yard. A little bit of a difficult shift for me because I wanted passive income. Transload yard's going to be a lot of work. But we found, I think, the anchor customer that we talked about, which was big enough to keep you busy and to pay the bills. So this is huge for us. Now, it would start out at about a railroad car a day, unload those coils that we showed you 2 weeks ago, and put them on tractor trailers.
How you doing? My name is Joseph Massey, and we're here at Western Express, and I'm going to demonstrate how to secure these slinky coils.
So 1 car a day, could go up to 2, and I found actually a second customer that would be interested in the same kind of thing. And I got thinking about it. We talked to a structural steel company one time about unloading angle iron, I-beam, and that kind of thing. And there's a company near us that brings in very long loads of steel. It's I-beams for bridges and buildings that are very, very long. Ideal for railroad, just they didn't know we were here. So I think I'm going to get on my high horse and become a steel and metals transload yard salesman. But what I'm going to do is promote us as having the ability to receive cars, unload them, store and reload metals, coils, beams, angle iron, rebar. I talked to you about a lot of rebar coming into the area because of a big project, so I'm looking into that. So that's kind of the direction that I do want to go. I do appreciate all the ideas. A friend from Maine sent his idea for how to unload. There's a lot of different ways to do this. The company in Cincinnati that does it, they do it with a front end loader. I don't like that for a couple of reasons. One is safety. I'd rather not have anybody in the gon. We've got a big magnet that could pick these coils up if I do it right. That's the direction I want to go. Now, right about here, I'm going to insert the picture of a big Lee Bauer excavator material handler that I almost bought last week. It was at an auction, Ritchie Brothers auction in Georgia. Bid on it, almost bought it, but there was a little bit of uncertainty about, will this contract come through? Did I want to spend that much freight and that much on a machine that was kind of a specific purpose? So give me your ideas of how to unload this coiled material out of gondolas. Now, later this month, we're going to an auction that's got a big fork truck, huge. That would be good for lifting structural steel off of flat cars. Not so good for lifting coil out of gonds, but it'll do it. I know how to get that done. And by the way, another thing I want you to think about, I talked to the company that would be receiving these approximately 8 trailer loads a day. Talking semi-trailer, 8 loads. 8 loads would be about 2 cars. They anticipate us unloading and having ready for them to pick up 5 to 8 loads a day. I talked to them about having 4 trailers, flat tractor trailers, so that we could load onto them and have them ready when their driver gets there. Drop an empty, pick up a full, and go. Because he's got to run these trips throughout the day, at least 5 of them, potentially 8 of them. So what's your idea for a high productivity unloading of those coils with equipment that also could be used for structural and rebar? Now we bought, I think it's in a video somewhere, Graham at an auction bought this big long spreader beam that I didn't know if we'd ever use, but it's got fork truck pockets in it and crane points for picking up long floppy loads. We may end up using that, and it'll make perfect sense why he bought it. So something we could be doing a little better job of is on the blog. I think you guys could submit your drawings of how to do this unloading. One idea that's come up twice, 2 people have had this idea, is an overhead crane like you would have in a building. It would be electric, it wouldn't be diesel, that's a plus. The problem is it's stationary. Once you make a foundation and put it in the ground, that's where it's got to stay. The other idea is the big, like a container handler that looks like an overhead crane, and it picks containers up or loads. It would have to be very big, and you can't drive those over uneven ground either. Whereas this big material handler that we almost bought is a tracked machine like an excavator. It could run all over the yard. So give me your ideas. If you want to draw them and submit your plan or your idea, put it in the blog, East Terminal Railway blog. I think that's about it for now. I'm going to show you the magnet that we're working on. We're getting it wired up to see if a magnet will pick that coil up. You don't have to put anybody in the car, in the railroad car. You swing over, magnetize, pick up the coil, put it on the trailer. Nobody handled it. That's perfect. Some of the methods for unloading this, you've got guys down in the gone throwing straps through them. Not my favorite idea for a safety, and it means you have to have more people and the safety factor of it. So give me your ideas on that. Let's go look at the magnet. I'm going to show you pictures of that big machine. This is a good thing. I think we're heading in the right direction. Got my mind a little straightened out on the direction we're going to go. Putting some good effort into it. Of course, thanks for your input. I always appreciate your input. Thanks for rooting us on. We'll be back to where you're seeing trains run. You're probably going to see the 2021 pushing gondolas full of steel. We're going to be the steel hauling short line. Oh, ETR Nation, thank you so much. Let's look to a bright future hauling steel, and I'll be back to you with another report soon. Thank you. Well, for today's mechanical part of the video, we're going to continue the discussion of how to unload these coils of wire, sometimes called rod coil. This weighs 5,000 pounds, about 50-inch diameter, and about 5 feet through. These would come in a gondola, and there's about 4 tractor trailer loads in each gondola, so about 50 of these in a gondola. Now, this grapple truck could lift them, but not with the productivity or safety that we need. And I did look at buying a big excavator, sometimes called a material handler when it's equipped with the boom like the one had on it. I'll show you pictures of that. Almost bought that, but I thought it was just a little bit premature. But what we're going to be doing today, if not in this video, in the next one, is trying to lift that coil with a magnet. Now here's the magnet generator. This is driven off of a 3-cylinder Kubota diesel. We use this to lift scrap, like railroad spikes and some other stuff. Have not run it for a couple years. So that's going to be, maybe that'll be a will it run video. I hope not. I hope it fires right up. There's the connection that goes to the magnet. I think we damaged that end and then taped it off. We're going to have to investigate that. And here's the magnet itself. This is a big walker. That's probably 36-inch diameter and quite heavy. So the test will be, will the magnet fire up and pick up that coil? Now, if it'll pick up the coil, then it tells me we can hang that magnet off of a crane or another bigger machine. But the question will be, does the magnet have enough magnetism? Does the coil absorb enough of the magnetism to lift it and lift it safely and allow me to swing just a little bit? So that'll be probably in the next coming video. That's the mechanical part. Is we've got the magnet, we got the generator. Let's see if, and we got a coil to test with. So let's see what we can get done.